Hello family, I hope anyone who likes my videos to subscribes to my channel. Please give me the energy to make more effort into videos. And let's start our movie recap. Our movie begins with a young lad named Humbard, who is 14 years old when a girl arrives in his town and falls in love with him. This girl's name is Annabelle, and Hum. But only for a few days do they become really close and become madly in love. A horrible sickness kills Annabelle, and Hum is really grieved by how many years have passed. But Hum has not had a relationship with any girl since Annabelle, who is now 50 years old, and because he is a professor, he must also write his own book. He then changes to arrive in this small French village. He discovers that his uncle's home has been totally demolished, leaving him with nowhere to live. So, his uncle takes him to a friend's place to live for rent. Lolita, Hayes' 14-year-old daughter, resided at this home. When Humbard sees Hayes' daughter Lolita, he realizes how much he misses Annabelle and instantly falls in love with her. However, Humbard doesn't like the house and is about to leave when he sees Lolita. That is why Hum accepts to dwell in this house. After a few days, Lolita begins to be drawn to. Then, one night at midnight, Hum is working in the room when Lolita enters and asks him, "If you work at night, you don't sleep." He claims, "I can't sleep at night." And Lolita appears out of nowhere and climbs onto his lap. Then Lolita, her mother, calls her and she departs. And Hum is keeping a notebook about Lolita as well as another about us. It also comes out that Lolita is drawn to Hum, and Humbard was thinking about Lolita a few days before by doing something similar. We also learned that Lolita's mother is preparing to send her to boarding school. Lolita rejects them, yet she still sends them. Hum sees Lolita from the window as she leaves. Also noticing her, Lolita rushes over to give him a hug and begin kissing him once more. After that, Lolita departs from the location, after which a maid hands Humbard a letter and informs him that Lolita's mother has given it. Within the letter, she adores him and aspires to marry him. And if he doesn't want to marry her, he should leave this house because she doesn't want to see him again. Humbard is surprised to read this, and he realizes that if he leaves this place, he will never see Lolita again. He, therefore, consents to the union, and they get married a few days later. Hum sends her to sleep each night with sleeping drugs but never engages in physical intimacy with her. Then, one day, Hayes discovers his journal, in which he had written about Lolita. After reading this diary, Hayes becomes furious and chooses to be divorced. Hum walks to the kitchen to grab Hayes a drink. When he returns, he notices that Hayes is not present. Humbard rushes out to locate her, only to discover that Hayes has died in an accident. He returns to summer camp to pick up Lolita, and then he informs her that his mother is sick. She didn't come to pick him up, so he is where he is. Now that we are on a holiday, they both reserve hotels in the evening. When Lolita meets an elderly writer named Claire, she immediately feels drawn to him. As a result, Lolita and Hum both pass out at the same time. Lolita begins kissing him as soon as they both wake up their eyes the next morning. Then they become intimate. Then they leave the hotel, and Lolita requests that Hum phone her mother, but Hum refuses and tells her the truth. Lolita sobs a lot that night after learning that her mother has died, but Hum soothes her. Then she's content for a few days wandering about in different locales until Hum obtains a job, and Hum and Lolita move there again. And Hum gets Lolita into school. Many days pass in this manner. Then Lolita comes to Hum and says she needs to join in the school play, which Hum refuses to do since she believes there will be too many males and she is too insecure about this. But Lolita seduces Hum and Hum agrees one day. Hum receives a call from the piano teacher, who informs him that Lolita has been absent from class for an extended period of time. Humbard suspects Lolita is having an extramarital affair, and they begin to argue over this. Lolita storms out of the home, followed by Humbard. Her eyes are drawn to more. Then she encounters Humbard and apologizes to Lolita, and Lolita tells him that she wishes to go, and they both depart from there. They then travel for many days in this manner. Hum finds that a vehicle is following him once more. Hum requests that Lolita take down the license plate number of the automobile. The car follows them both for a long period before abruptly ceasing to follow them a few days later. Hum finds that a vehicle is following him once more. Humbard comes to a complete stop this time and walks towards the pursuing vehicle, but he reverses and flees. Now Humbard approaches his car and asks Lolita for the license plate number, which he had requested Lolita to write down, but he had glued chewing gum on the paper on which Lolita had written the car number. Humbard slaps her after becoming furious over the reason why the number was deleted. Lolita becomes enraged, but Hum persuades him. After a few days, both are staying in a hotel. Hum instructs Lolita to wait at the motel while he goes out to fetch something. When he returns, he notices that Lolita's feet are filthy, and he realizes that Lolita has gone out and may be having an affair with someone else. Then they both begin traveling. Lolita falls gravely ill once more. Lolita is admitted to the hospital by Hum. Hum contacts the hospital the next morning to inquire about Lolita. The nurse informs her that Lolita has been abducted by her uncle. Hum is now quite worried that the person who was following him has departed with Lolita. He rushes to the hospital to find out who kidnapped Lolita, but no one knows anything about him. He looks everywhere for Lolita, but 3 years pass and LTA is still missing. And then one day, Hum receives a letter from Lolita. In this letter, Lolita explains that she is married and pregnant and needs some money. Lolita's address is also provided in that letter, so Hum contacts Lolita. When Humbert arrives, he notices that Lolita is pregnant. Then he inquires about Lolita's marriage. Lolita appears, HM. When her husband hears him hum, he realizes that it is not the man who was following him. Humbert then inquires about Lolita's affair. Lolita then reveals to her that while she admired Claire and had a brief affair with her, Claire was sexually inactive and desired to produce a pornographic movie about Lolita. So Lolita fled from him and wed a man. Now Hum bids Lolita farewell. He then visits Claire in this area. He fatally shoots Claire. Now that the police are chasing Humbert, he turns himself in. We now know that Humbert passed while incarcerated. Lolita also passed away while giving birth to her kid as a result of a health issue. The movie concludes in this way. Leave us a comment on how you found this movie recap. See you in the next movie recap.